Hello, welcome back to Kenny's Real World Photography. Hope you're doing great. It's getting close to Christmas now. Cold, but I'm sure there's a good year ahead. And today we're going to talk about my favorite, bestest in the whole wide world photo editors. Free photo editors. I don't want to talk about things that cost money. We got to save our money. If you like these videos, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Just click on it. It helps me, okay? But anyhow, as you know, I'm kind of a little bit different. I do not shoot full-frame cameras right now. Doesn't mean I won't own one. But, you know, portrait photography, I've never needed one. So what I'm going to be talking about today, and also I do not shoot RAW. You got to turn RAW back into JPEG. You can do amazing things with JPEGs that you probably don't even realize because you believe everything you hear on everything you hear on YouTube and you see on Facebook. You can make gigantic prints with JPEGs, blah, 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 blah. And what we're going to be talking about are editors that are JPEG editors, primarily, and what I use every day. And I got 4 that I use all the time, and we'll talk about those, okay? Now, the first thing you got to know, when you're editing photos, you got to know where to go, what to do, and you need to do it exactly. You need to develop a system that works for you. Now, for me, as a portrait photographer primarily, I'm looking for something that I can get all the enhancements I need, you know, and sharpening and all the little things, you know, and I want to have that in a system. Now, as far as photo editors go, when I was in China, everything was Chinese, and I had to use my VPN and search for photo editors. And the first thing I found that worked for me, and it still is a good standalone editor today, but it's an online editor. They don't have a download, or the last time I looked, they don't have a download. It's called iPiccy, I-P-I-C-C-Y, iPiccy.com. It is a good standalone editor for most things. It's got a lot of tools for portrait, you know, eye enhancement and lips, and they got a little feature that glosses the eye, makes the eyes look extra wet. My favorite thing about them, though, is they have some tools in the portrait section, like a blemish remover, wrinkle remover, the cloning tool. All these work really, really good, and you can use them if you need to import something you're working on just for that reason alone. Maybe it's it could be a model that has a cesarean scar, or somebody has a little scar or whatever, and you can fix that pretty well. iPiccy, pretty good for that. And I don't use it as much overall anymore, but there was a time when I depended on it. It was the only thing I could find when I was working in China that could do pretty much anything. The next editor I'd like to talk about is Photoscape, and a lot of you probably know Photoscape, and you may have it downloaded on your computer. It's a pretty decent standalone editor, and you can download it, and if you're in a location, you know, maybe if you're traveling or you just need a quick editor to have it stuck on your computer, you can do this with Photoscape. I use it for some of my book covers. I do some editing with my book covers, and I like to use Photoscape. One cool thing about Photoscape, guys, though, is it has a RAW to JPEG converter. Because we all know if you shoot RAW, I mean, it just is what it is. The RAW files are gigantic, and if you're going to use them on social media or anything, you're going to have to turn it back into a JPEG. And like I said, that I don't like wasting my time. That's one reason I don't shoot RAW. And plus I know how to edit JPEGs like you've probably never seen anybody edit JPEGs. So Photoscape, pretty decent standalone editor. And I'll put a picture of what it looks like if you've never seen it. But it's a quick, easy download. You can do almost anything with it. They got some special effects that I've never seen, not just the filter thing, but they got some effects that you can use on your photos just for giggles, just for fun. It's really cool. Now the photo editor that I use almost constantly is called Polarr. P-O-L-A-R-R, I think is how it's spelled. Let me make sure. Yeah, P-O-L-A-R-R, Polarr. And it is a fantastic standalone editor. Landscapes, portraits, it's got everything that I need, and it's free, guys. Remember, we're talking about free editors. The cool thing with Polarr, depending on how you want to pull your picture up, it's real eye-friendly and user-friendly too. It's really, really easy to use, but you can pull up a picture, say I pull up a portrait, and the first thing I do, does the color look right, or do I need any saturation? I just look at the basic things real quick, maybe just a touch of sharpening or something like that. Then I can go click on the face, and it's got a really good facial detection software, and you click on somebody's face, boom, and it puts a square, around the face, and you can start editing, the skin, or, the eyes, or whatever you want to do, lips, and all that good stuff, brighten the teeth a little bit if they're a smoker. It's really, really good, unless you're turned too far away, or maybe you have a limb in the way of the face or something like that, and you might just have to add a face and put the square over where you want. But this is a fantastic editor, and I've been using it for the last couple years, and I mean, I wear it out. And it's free. Don't forget we're talking about free again. I would say definitely get a free version of Polarr, no matter what you use. If you're paying a lot of money for Luminar or Photoshop or whatever, you don't have to have it. I do this stuff professionally, and I know exactly what I want. The whole idea is getting editors that fit your system. And Polarr for me is really easy. I can't say it enough. It's really easy. It's really easy. But I think if you try it, you would really like it. Especially if you're a beginner. I like to keep things really basic. I don't like to dilly-dally too much. Now the next photo editor I'm going to talk about real quick, and you got to use this with caution. You can really, really overdo things, but it has a couple features. It's called Diva. Diva is not a standalone editor. It's made just for glamour shots and portrait editing. It does have a few filters that's kind of cool, like a pink and gold, and there's a couple things it has in that section that can make a really unique portrait. But the one really, really cool thing that it does have is if you have a model and they have, the bags under their eyes or whatever, their tool for fixing the eye rings or whatever you want to call them, whatever name you have for them, works fantastically. It is really good, and it's just a click of a button, and now they got nice textured eyes. I keep it on my computer just for that, because you run into that a lot. A lot of times, blondes wear dark makeup. It can make that look a lot better also. But with Diva, if you use it, you can get where you could use it a lot on your portraits, because it has like some presets, like for glamour and normal and all that. But the glamour is really, really strong, and you can get carried away and create a monster. Remember, we want to make things look realistic and believable for commercial photography. You know, fantasy comes later if you want to do something fantasy, but if you got to avoid that plastic skin look and that over texturing, you know. And with that Photo Diva, if you click on their glamour stuff, you can really, really overdo it. So you got to use Photo Diva with caution. But as I talk about, there's 4 of them there that work really good, and I will continue using them until I find something a little bit better. So anyhow, investigate these and try them out. Just get a set of pictures off of your SD card and just start messing with things. That's the only way you're ever going to learn about editing anyhow. So anyhow, have a great day, and I'll put some pictures up so you can see what the editor looks like, and anyhow, have a great day. Carry on. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.